Secrets are hiding in the static of every episode, and most fans are completely blind to the real danger lurking in the woods. Gravity Falls is not just a show, but a massive puzzle that spans across real-world locations and secret websites that still update today. See, the creator left a trail of breadcrumbs that leads to a terrifying realization about the fate of the characters. We are talking about hidden symbols, backward voices, and a real-life statue buried in the mud. And get this, the crazy part is that the mystery is far from over. Gravity Falls is famous for its weirdness, but hands down the coolest part is the secret message at the end of every single episode. For the first 6 episodes of Season 1, the show used something called a Cipher. This is a very old way of hiding text where you just shift every letter 3 spots back in the alphabet. So if you see the letter D, it actually means A. If you see the letter E, it means B. The crazy part is that the theme song actually tells you how to do this. At the very end of the music, there is a weird whisper that sounds like gibberish. If you play it backward, a voice says 3 letters back. It is a key detail that most people miss because they were too busy looking at the cool animation. This cipher revealed things like a welcome message to the town or funny jokes about the characters. But here's the catch. After episode 6, the show changed the rules. The whisper in the theme song changed to tell viewers to switch A with Z. This is called an @bash cipher. It is like a mirror for the alphabet where A becomes Z and B becomes Y. This made the puzzles harder and showed that the mystery was getting deeper. By the time the first half of the show was ending, they switched to a number code where 1 equals A and 2 equals B, and so on. It sounds simple, but when you are trying to read it fast on a television screen, it feels like being a real detective. One of the most overlooked aspects of these codes is how they started to warn us about the villain. In the finale of Season 1, the code translates to a message saying that Bill is watching. This was the first time many fans realized that the triangle guy from the background was actually a huge threat. Moving into Season 2, the show stopped using simple shifts and started using a Visioneer cipher. This one is really tough because you need a secret keyword to unlock it. The keywords were hidden in the background of the episodes, like on a jar in the kitchen or a sign in the woods. One of the messages even told fans that the author of the journals was not who they thought he was. This kept the community talking for months as they hunted down every single clue. The show even used combinations of all these codes at once. Imagine having to use 3 different math tricks just to read a single sentence about a cartoon. A lot of people are confused about why the creator went to all this trouble, but it made the world feel alive. Even the name of the villain, Bill Cipher, is a giant hint that everything in this world is a puzzle. There are even symbols that do not look like letters at all. There are special signals created just for the show. One set belongs to the author of the journals and another set belongs to Bill himself. People had to work together online to figure out which symbol matched which letter. It took a lot of teamwork and thousands of hours to map it all out. What most people do not realize is that these codes were not just random. They told the story of how the town was founded on lies and how the characters were being manipulated. It is not just a game, it is a secret history book hidden in a cartoon. Hidden secrets are even buried in the voices of the characters themselves. Sound is one of the most powerful tools in this show because it hides things right in your ears. For starters, the theme song is packed with backward messages that change as the show goes on. Besides the hints about the ciphers, there are creepy laughs and voices that pop up when things get weird. The most famous example happens when Bill Cipher is on screen. Sometimes he speaks in a way that sounds like he is underwater or glitching out. If you reverse those clips, he is often saying things like "I'm watching you nerds" or giving out secret warnings. It makes the hair on your neck stand up when you realize he is talking directly to the audience. But here's the deal. The biggest audio mystery of all happens during the very last episode. When Bill's defeated, he screams out a bunch of weird sounds that do not make sense.
My time has come to burn! I invoke the ancient power that I may return!
It sounds like a monster in pain, but if you play it backward, he is actually reciting a prayer. He calls out to a giant space turtle called the axolotl and says that his time has come to burn. He invokes the ancient power so that he might return one day in a different form. This is hands down the biggest clue that the villain might not be gone for good. Everyone is obsessed with the idea that he might be trapped in a bird or a statue, and this audio clip is the proof they use. It's not that simple though, because the axolotl is a character that only appears in a special book, not the actual show. This means you have to look outside the episodes to get the full story. Another weird audio moment happens in the episode with the haunted convenience store. When the ghosts are possessing Mabel, she starts talking in a very deep voice. Playing that backward reveals the ghosts are complaining about being trapped and wanting to be free. It adds a whole level of creepiness to a scene that was already pretty wild. Even the tiny shorts that aired between seasons had hidden audio. In one short, Dipper is looking at a weird tooth in the forest, and the background noise is actually a voice telling you that someone is lying to him. These details show that the creator wanted the fans to look at every single frame and listen to every single second. It creates a sense of constant surveillance, making the viewer feel like they are also being watched by the things in the woods. The crazy part is that some of these sounds were recorded at very low volumes, so you have to use special software to even hear them. It is like a secret language that only the most dedicated fans can understand. Basically, the show is a giant recording of a mystery that is still being played back today. Even real-life locations became part of this massive puzzle. When the show finally ended, the fans were sad, but the creator had one last trick up his sleeve. He started something called the Cipher hunt. This was a real-life game that sent people on a journey across the world. It started with a single image of a map and some codes hidden in a book. Fans had to go to physical locations like a park in Russia or a bridge in Japan to find hidden clues. These clues were often buried in the ground or hidden in small boxes. One clue was even hidden inside a public phone in a small town. When people called the number, they heard a recorded message from one of the characters giving them coordinates to the next spot. This went on for weeks with hundreds of people working together on the internet to solve each step. The goal was to find a real-life statue of Bill Cipher that the creator had hidden in the woods in Oregon. The statue was about 5 feet tall and made of stone and metal. It looked exactly like the one in the show's finale. People were driving hundreds of miles to check different spots in the forest. Finally, a group of fans found it buried near a place called Confusion Hill. It was a massive moment for the community because it proved that the mystery was real. But here's the catch. The statue was not just a decoration. It had a box buried beneath it with a gold coin, a drawing of the main characters, and a message from the creator. It felt like the fans had actually completed a ritual to bring the show into reality. Even the statue was moved to a theme park for safety. People still visit it to leave offerings like small toys or hats. It shows how much the story meant to everyone. Many are not seeing the truth here, but this hunt was a way to keep the show alive forever. It was not just about the statue, but about the friends people made while searching for it. This was one of the most ambitious things a cartoon creator has ever done. It blurred the lines between what is on screen and what is in our world. Hands down, it is the best ending any show could have asked for. But a new book recently reopened the case with even darker secrets. Just when everyone thought the mystery was solved, a new book called The Book of Bill was released. This book is supposed to be written by the villain himself, and it is full of terrifying information. It is packed with even more codes that use colors, runes, and weird symbols. Some of these codes are so small, you need a magnifying glass to see them. One of the biggest reveals is a secret website address hidden in the pages. When fans went to this website, they found a computer screen that required passwords to unlock files. People tried thousands of different words from the show to see what would happen. Typing in names of characters revealed their secret fears or letters they had written to each other. One of the most shocking parts is a file about a man named Silas Birdstree. The crazy part is that this might be the human form that Bill Cipher uses to trick people. The website is still being updated with new secrets even now. It feels like the mystery is growing every day. What most people do not realize is that the book also explains where Bill came from. He did not just appear out of nowhere because he actually destroyed his home dimension. The codes in the book describe how he felt about it and why he is so obsessed with our world. There are even pages that look like they have coffee stains or blood on them, and those stains are actually hidden maps. If you line them up with certain pages in the other books, they point to new clues. It is like a multi-layered puzzle that requires you to own every piece of merchandise just to see the whole picture. Some fans even found a soul-selling contract on the website that you can actually sign. It is a bit spooky, but it shows how much the creator wants people to feel like they are part of the story. The detail is incredible, with some codes being hidden in the binary of the website's code itself. A lot of people are confused about whether there will be a third season, but with all these new clues, it feels like the story is still moving forward. It's not that simple though, because the more we learn, the more dangerous Bill seems to be. He's not just a funny triangle anymore, but a cosmic threat that might be trying to find a way back into our reality through the internet. All these clues lead to one final question about our own reality. Gravity Falls is a masterclass in how to hide a story within a story. From the first whisper in the theme song to the latest update on a secret website, the mystery never truly ends. Do you think we have actually found every single secret, or is there still one big message waiting to be decoded in the woods? Tell us your theories in the comments, and do not forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite mysteries.